Hurry up, focus. There we go. Oh my god, focus!
Okay, so you fucking...
Do you hear it, right? Movies, so it's cool. Dang it, man. People be speed racing around here while I'm trying to talk. Hey everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Movie Recommendation Monday. For those of you that don't know me and are new to the channel, my name's Rudy, and this week we're going to be tackling the movie Clerks, which was written and directed by the fan favorite Kevin Smith.
You know who I can do without? I can do without the people in the video store.
Which ones?
All of them.
Hey, are there any balls down there? About the biggest bear you ever seen, Dingleberry.
In general, Clerks follows around two main characters, which are Dante and Randall, his best friend and co-worker who works at the video store. And the movie follows them as they go through a bunch of random situations and deal with a lot of hard-headed customers. And it kind of just shows the day in the life of a clerk.
What would you get for a 6-year-old boy who chronically wets his bed?
So do you have any new movies in?
Do you have that one with that guy who was in that movie that was out last year?
What do you mean there's no ice? You mean I gotta drink this coffee hot?
So how much is this thing anyway?
Do you sell hubcaps for 72 Pinto hatchback? Ooh, mini truck amazing.
While also giving some pretty good life lessons along the way. And I don't want to go too much into detail about the rest of the story, because it's almost like a series of short films put together to follow one really good storyline. As far as the cast goes, it stars Brian O'Halloran, who plays Dante Hicks, the main character. The second lead is Randall Graves, and he's played by an actor named Jeff Anderson.
Yeah, open a video store.
Shut the fuck up, junkie.
The other two main characters that I would throw in there are the now iconic, very big Jay and Silent Bob. Most people know they're played by the director and the writer Kevin Smith, who plays Silent Bob, and Jason Mewes, who plays Jay. Along with the four main characters, I think there's one more cast member who is worth mentioning, and that would be Walt Flanagan. For those of you who are familiar with Kevin Smith's Comic Book Men on AMC, you'd recognize the name. He's actually the manager of Jay and Silent Bob's Secret Stash in Red Bank, New Jersey. Walt Flanagan actually plays a number of characters in this movie, considering it was Kevin Smith's first project, his first film, and he needed friends to play a lot of side characters.
In a row? Cute cat. What's his name? Annoying customer. Fucking dickhead.
This has been going on for 20 minutes now.
What's he looking for?
Said he has to find the perfect dozen.
As far as the characters go in this movie, Dante Hicks and Randall Graves, they have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. Dante, he hates his job, he almost kind of hates his life, so much to the point to where if he has to cover a shift, which the movie's about, he hates it. He's constantly saying, I'm not even supposed to be here today, as you can see here.
Not even supposed to be here today. Fuck! I'm not even supposed to be here today. I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Oh, fuck you.
So he would much rather be anywhere but work. He doesn't want to do anything like that, and he's constantly complaining about a lot of different things. But he'll still get the job done. He'll still go to work, he'll still suffer through all the customers, and he'll just deal with it. As to where Randall, he knows he's in a shit position. He knows that he has a horrible job, he knows that his life's not really going the way it should be, but instead of being like Dante and just complaining about it all the time, he'll much rather just be a dick about everything. He'll fail to do his job, he's never at his post, he's always hanging out at the quick stop instead of being at RTS Video, which he locks and doesn't let anybody in, and people are just always wondering what's going on. So he doesn't like to help out with that. If customers are being dicks, he'll straight up tell them to their face that, like, hey, you're being an asshole. He's just very opposite from Dante in that perspective.
And I remember one time in his life.
It's kind of weird. It's almost like the whole angel and the devil thing, as to where Dante can talk to himself for the angel part, and Randall's kind of that devil on his shoulder trying to get him to do things. As you'll see in the movie, there's an occasion that comes up that he finds out about, and he kind of wants to go, but there's nobody to watch the store. And Randall kind of talks him into just going through with it and leaving the store with no workers. So it's, I don't know, like I said, they have a lot of similarities, but they have a ton of differences. The awesome thing about Dante and Randall would have to be how random the characters are. Anything from the way they talk to each other, the way they handle situations, up to the conversations they have. They have these random ass conversations, which could be anything from ex-girlfriends from high school to whether or not the contractors on the Death Star deserve to die or not when it exploded. It's very out there, and the cool thing about it is they get very in-depth with it. They have legitimate arguments, and to me, I've always found that to be pretty funny. They do it in a way that keeps you entertained and not just dragging out a scene, and I think that's awesome. Moving on from that, we have the, as I said, now famous Jay and Silent Bob. They're just an iconic duo that I'm sure everybody knows of from this point just because of Kevin Smith's and Jason Mewes' performances. And what they are, they're just drug dealers who love to loiter in front of RTS Video and shoplift from Quick Stop. And that's all their life consists of. They're just constantly there. The clerks hate them. They're very free-spirited and vulgar, and, well, Jason Mewes, Jay, is very vulgar, as to where Silent Bob is exactly how you would think he is. He's very silent. He just lets Jay do his thing, and he lets him sing away, swear away, yell away. He just does whatever he wants, as to where Silent Bob is just constantly smoking and hanging out with him.
Come on, Silent Bob, let's get the fuck out of this fucking jib joint with this fucking Dante, you cock smoker.
When it comes to Clerks, this is going to be one of those movies where it is very difficult to pick a favorite scene to say, oh yeah, out of that entire movie, this is my all-time favorite. So I'm not going to say I have a favorite scene in this movie. There's so much going on, and so much to pay attention to, so much to watch, and so much to laugh about, that I think it's easier to say one scene that stands out for me that I remember. Like if somebody says, hey, what'd you like about Clerks? This would be one of the scenes that I pull out of my hat first. For me, that would have to be the Chuli's gum scene.
You know, here, now I am a customer. I'm gonna buy some Chuli's gum. All right, I'm a customer. Engage in a discussion with the other customers.
What happens in this scene is Dante, of course, is working at the Quick Stop, and this guy walks in. He buys some coffee, and he asks if he can drink it there, and Dante's like, sure, go ahead, whatever. Guy sits there. What happens is this guy walks up and he says, pack of smokes, as most people do at convenience stores. And the guy instantly interjects and he says, oh, you sure about that? The guy's like, what are you talking about? And he gives him this whole sales pitch on why cigarettes are bad for you, and if you're like, if you need to smoke, chewing gum would do the same thing. Damn it! Sorry, Juan's moving around over here thinking he's super light.
Oh yeah.
But what was I saying right there? I mean, he goes to extreme limits to get this point across, and the guy's like, all right, yeah, what would you suggest? And he's like, pack of gum. He said, pack of, here we go, and he pulls out this, like, conveniently placed pack of gum on the countertop, and he's like, here, try gum, Chuli's gum, and he slides it over to him, and he's like, all right, yeah, I'll try some Chuli's, and he walks away, and then Dante's like, hey man, if you're gonna be here drinking your coffee, that's fine, but you can't be, talking to the customers and doing that. And the guy's like, oh, okay, I get it, sorry about that. And then, so Dante's like, yeah, okay, whatever. He goes back to work, and this other guy just walks up, and he's like, pack of smokes. And the guy turns around, he's like, you sure about that? And then it, like, cuts out. And I think that's all I'm gonna give you, but let's just say it escalates like dramatically, and things get pretty intense. Things get really crazy for no reason, especially over a situation like that. I don't know. To me, that was hilarious, and I think if you watch it, you'll probably see what I'm talking about. But what about you, Juan? What was your, I would say, favorite scene of the movie? Unless you do have a legit favorite scene, but what was something that stood out in the movie to you?
Yeah, I don't have a favorite scene. I just like the whole aspect of him and his girlfriend. Like throughout the movie, they're like having a relationship. What?
You might have to talk up.
No. That catches plenty of.
Okay.
That catches plenty of audio. Anyway, so Dante and his girlfriend have like this relationship thing going on throughout the movie, where it's like a back and forth, and like they're either on or they're off or whatever. So, but like particularly, it's their like sex life, and like how she was like a huge slut before he got, she got with him, and then he finds out how many people that she's actually been with, or whatever. So yeah, that's kind of like something that I like about it.
And my present girlfriend has sucked 36 dicks.
37.
Oh, he eventually finds out that she's snowballs too, and yeah, so that pisses him off even more. But like that whole aspect between Dante and his girlfriend, whatever, throughout the movie is kind of like one of my favorite things about the movie.
All right, so that's Juan's favorite scene.
The sex.
So some of you may be thinking Clerks is a pretty well-known movie, and it is and it isn't. Clerks came out in 1994, and there are a ton of Kevin Smith fans, like diehard fans. I'm one of them. But there are also a lot of people who I even personally know who have never taken the time to watch Clerks, simply because it's a black and white movie. And whenever people think of black and white movies, they're constantly thinking it's going to be slow, like silent films almost. And Clerks is not that. Clerks is hilarious, it's funny, and it's just a good movie. But I think a lot of people slept on Clerks simply because it was black and white. So some of you may be thinking, like, why are we doing this as an MRM? It's because for the people who haven't taken the time, I'm trying to urge them to use some of that time to watch an amazing movie. Yeah, with all that being said, if you've watched the movie before, let us know what you think. Let us know if you've gone back and watched it from watching this, and I don't know, let us know if you have a favorite scene, or if you have a scene that sticks out to you, what you think of the movie. If you'd rate it, what would you give it? But if you haven't, please give it a shot. I mean, I know, like I said, it's black and white, but it's very worth the time invested into it. And you get introduced to some pretty funny characters, and from there you can just jump onto a lot of different movies. And yeah, like them, let us know what you thought. Got anything to say?
Fuck no. Not even supposed to be here today.
I was hoping you would say that the first time. So, until next time, if you enjoyed the video, be sure to give a like. If you're watching this from our Facebook page, take a moment, jump over to our YouTube, and give us a subscribe. We'd really appreciate it.
Make an account, goddammit.
Make multiple. No, don't do that, Frodo. And then from there, vice versa. If you're watching this from our YouTube page, we know we have some people who are helping us out from page, critiquing and checking out our videos. So if you're watching from there, do us a favor and jump over to our Facebook page, our Instagram. We have a Twitter, but that's pretty much everything you see on the other two accounts. And you can find all that listed down below. So until next time, thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out with us on a Monday. And hopefully enjoy the film. Thanks.
Later. Yeah?
Yeah.
I
mean, usually I press the button for you.
Oh,
So. I mean,
that's what's up.
Not be an asshole, not be a Randall over here and press the button.
Why do you smell like shoe polish?
It smells like shoe polish.
What smells like shoe polish? Something smells like shoe polish.